Have you ever noticed that some adults still comfort themselves the way a frightened child would? They wrap themselves tightly in blankets, take impossibly long hot showers, rock back and forth without realizing it, whisper reassuring words that no one else ever said to them. One woman once wrote something that stopped thousands of people in their tracks. She said, "I rocked myself to sleep for as long as I can remember. I only stopped after I met my husband. He became my safe place, the person who finally calmed my nervous system. When he died, I fell apart." Think about that for a moment. One loving relationship changed a habit that had existed since childhood. That wasn't weakness. It wasn't dependence. It was something much deeper. Psychologists call it co-regulation. When a child is frightened, they aren't designed to calm themselves. They're designed to borrow calm from another human being. A gentle voice, a warm embrace. Someone who quietly says, "I'm here, you're safe now." That is how the nervous system was always meant to learn safety. But what happens when nobody comes? Not because the child wasn't loved, not because they were physically abused, but because every time they cried, their fear echoed back into an empty room. No comforting arms, no soothing voice, no one helping their little nervous system find its way back to calm. So the child does something extraordinary. They adapt. They invent their own ways to survive. They become their own comfort, their own parent, their own safe place. From the outside, people call it independence, resilience, maturity. But underneath, it may simply be a child doing alone what was always meant to be done together. And those childhood adaptations don't disappear when we grow up. They quietly follow us into adulthood, sometimes as habits, sometimes as relationships, sometimes as ways of coping. That feels so normal, we never stop to ask where they came from. In this video, we'll explore 10 surprisingly common behaviors that often begin with one invisible experience: a child who learned to comfort themselves because no one else did. And by the final one, you may discover that some of the things you've always called your personality were actually your nervous system, trying to protect you all along. The first habit often surprises people, because from the outside, it looks like emotional strength, but underneath, it's often emotional loneliness. 1. You become completely silent when you're hurting. As a child, crying was supposed to bring someone closer. A calm voice, gentle hands, a face that said, "I'm here. You don't have to go through this alone." But if no one came, or your feelings were ignored, or you were told to stop crying, your nervous system learned something long before you could put it into words. Pain is something you survive by yourself. So little by little, the crying stopped. Not because the pain disappeared, but because your body stopped expecting comfort. Now, when life hurts, you don't always reach for someone. You become quiet. You disappear into your own thoughts. You tell yourself you'll deal with it later. People admire how strong you seem. What they don't see is that your silence isn't always peace. Sometimes it's the language of a child who learned that asking for comfort changed nothing. 2. You calm yourself with repetitive habits. Every child needs rhythm, a parent's heartbeat, a soothing voice, a gentle rocking motion. Those rhythms teach a child's nervous system, you are safe. But when that rhythm never came, your body created its own. Maybe you rocked yourself to sleep, played with your hair, rubbed your fingers together, held a favorite blanket tighter than anyone realized. You weren't being strange. You were becoming your own source of comfort. Now, those childhood rhythms simply wear different clothes. You scroll endlessly without really looking. You tap your fingers, pick at your skin, bounce your leg, organize things that don't need organizing. Most people call them nervous habits. But sometimes there's something much older. The quiet echo of a little child trying to create calm, all alone. 3. Heat feels safer than people. Have you ever noticed how a long, hot shower can calm emotions that words never could? Or why wrapping yourself tightly in a blanket can feel strangely comforting? For many children, warmth became the closest substitute for being held. If comforting arms were missing, their bodies searched for another kind of warmth. A blanket, a pillow, a cup of tea years later. Hot water running across tired shoulders. Not because heat replaces love, but because the nervous system remembers sensations long before it remembers explanations. Even as adults, many people instinctively reach for warmth when they're overwhelmed. The shower becomes a refuge. The blanket becomes a safe place. The warmth becomes the hug they once needed but never received. And what comes next is one of the most misunderstood coping patterns of all. Because sometimes, comfort doesn't come from people, or even from warmth. Sometimes, it comes from food. 4. Your relationship with food changes when life becomes overwhelming. As a child, comfort wasn't always found in people. Sometimes, the only thing that was predictable was food, a small snack after a frightening day, something sweet when no comforting words arrived, or sometimes, the opposite. Refusing food became the only thing that still felt under your control. Either way, your nervous system quietly learned to connect emotional pain with eating or not eating. Now, you may find yourself reaching for food when you're anxious, even when you're not hungry, or you completely lose your appetite because your body shifts into survival mode. To other people, it looks like a bad habit, but sometimes it's simply an old survival strategy, still trying to comfort the child inside you. 5. You find it almost impossible to cry in front of other people. As a child, your tears changed nothing. Nobody slowed down. Nobody held you. Nobody made you feel safer. Eventually, your nervous system reached a heartbreaking conclusion. If no one responds, it's safer not to cry at all. Now, you may cry alone, late at night, in your car, in the shower. But the moment another person is present, your tears disappear. Your throat tightens. Your chest feels heavy. Your eyes burn, yet nothing comes out. People often mistake this for emotional strength, but your body isn't trying to be strong. It's trying to protect itself from being vulnerable in a place that never felt emotionally safe. 6. When someone tries to comfort you, your first instinct is to pull away. This often confuses people. They offer kindness, and somehow you become uncomfortable. As a child, comfort either didn't exist. 8. You carry your pain alone. As a child, telling someone you were hurting didn't change much. Maybe you heard, "You're fine," or "Don't make such a big deal out of it," or perhaps nobody noticed at all. So little by little, like you stopped reaching out, not because you stopped hurting, but because your nervous system quietly decided that carrying pain alone was easier than being disappointed again. Now you go through heartbreak, loss, illness, grief, stress, and often the people closest to you don't even know. When they finally find out, they ask, "Why didn't you tell me?" But how do you explain a lesson your nervous system learned decades ago? You don't stay silent because you don't trust people. You stay silent because your body never learned that sharing pain could actually make it lighter. 9. You become everyone else's safe place. People naturally come to you. You're the one who listens, the one who stays calm during a crisis, the one who always knows exactly what to say. As a child, you became an expert at reading other people's emotions. You had to. Sometimes it helped you avoid conflict. Sometimes it helped you feel useful. Sometimes taking care of others felt safer than hoping someone would take care of you. Now, you're incredibly compassionate. You notice pain that everyone else misses. You comfort people effortlessly, but there's often a quiet sadness underneath it. Because while everyone feels safe with you, very few people ever ask, "Who makes you feel safe?" Sometimes, the child who never received comfort grows up, becoming the comfort they always wish someone had given them. 10. You feel calmest when you're completely alone. This is the thread that connects everything we've talked about. For many people, being alone doesn't simply feel peaceful, it feels predictable, safe, no criticism, no disappointment, No emotional guessing, just silence. And in that silence, the nervous system finally relaxes. People may call you independent or introverted, and maybe you are, but sometimes, what looks like independence is actually a nervous system that never learned. Another person could be part of feeling safe. Perhaps the deepest loneliness isn't wanting to be alone. It's wanting closeness, while your body still doesn't know how to receive it. And that changes everything, because once you understand where these patterns came from, you stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and you begin asking, "What happened to me?" That single question changes the direction of healing. If you recognize yourself in these 10 behaviors, please remember this. Nothing you learned as a child was foolish. Your nervous system was doing exactly what it was designed to do. It adapted. It protected you. It kept you going, even when no one helped carry the weight. That wasn't weakness. It was remarkable. But survival isn't the same as peace. You don't have to stop being independent. You don't have to stop comforting yourself. Those skills helped you survive. They deserve respect. But perhaps, for the first time, you can slowly allow yourself to discover something your younger self never had the chance to learn. That safety doesn't always have to come from inside you alone. Sometimes, it can come from another calm voice, another steady heart, another human being who simply stays. Maybe that's what you've been searching for all along. And maybe the strongest thing you'll ever do is finally allowing yourself to be comforted.